Okay, this is the team review, questions 14, 15, and 16. The task is to solve each equation algebraically to find the value of x. Show each step in the process. Check your solution in the space provided. Question 14. The equation is negative 4x plus 16 equals 68. So step 0, I always call it, is to draw the balance line. I need to make sure that I maintain the equal balance by doing the same operation on both sides. I want to make 1x equals some number. So first step is to make 0 by subtracting 16 on both sides. Subtract 16, subtract 16. Make a nice long line to show that I've now got a new equation. So for this next step, I'll pick a different color. Now I made 0 here because positive 16 minus 16 equals 0. So I only have negative 4x equals, let's make that a simple x, equals, on this side, 8 minus 6 is 2, 6 minus 1 is 5. Now my new equation says negative 4x equals 52. Now I have to make positive 1x. So to make positive 1, I can divide by negative 4, which will do the same thing on the other side. Divide by, negative 4. So negative 4 divided by negative 4 equals 1, positive 1. So on this side, I have 1x remaining. And on this side, 52 divided by negative 4 is going to give me negative 13. Now, I might have forgotten that I need to subtract by a negative in order to make positive 1. So if I had divided by a positive, I would have got positive 13. Now that's not correct. Let me put a big fat X through that. It is not correct. Let me prove that it's not correct by checking. I'm going to check the work right here. So if I think that x is 13, I would get negative 4 times 13 equals 68. It should equal 68. Oops, forgot to add the 16. Negative 4 times 13, if I think it's 13, plus 16 should equal to 68. Well, let me check. Negative 4 times 13 would be negative 52 plus 16. Negative 52 plus 16, well, that's going to be, I've got a opposite sign, so I've got to subtract. Minus 16. 12 minus 6 is 6. Borrow, so that'll be 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. That's going to be negative 36. Well, wait a minute. Negative 36 is not equal to 68. So clearly, 13 is the wrong answer. It can't be 13. So that means I've got to go back to my equation and make sure that I did all of the steps correctly. In this case, I've got to make sure that I divided by negative 4 on both sides. Negative 4x divided by negative 4, 52 divided by negative 4. I've got to make sure that I'm paying attention to that level of detail. So I'm going to erase all this because this is obviously totally wrong. And fortunately, I caught that mistake. And I'm going to erase this, the part here. And instead of putting positive 13, I know that my variable represents negative 13. So now, negative 4 times negative 13 equals positive 52 plus 16. 52 plus 16 does indeed equal 68. So that is now correct. Number 15. Step 0, draw the balance line. Step 1, make 0. It says minus 20 on, instead of minus 20, I need to make 0 by adding 20. Do the opposite operation, plus 20, which will give me 5x equals 105. Now I've got to make 1x, so I'm going to divide by 5, divide by 5 on that side, and my last step. Now I have 1x remaining on this side, and 105 divided by 5 is 21, positive 21. So I think that x represents 21. Let me check it. 5 times 21 minus 20 equals 85. At least it should equal 85. Let me make sure that it actually does. 5 times 21 equals 105 minus 20. 105 minus 20 does actually equal 85. Correct. Last one. Step 0. Make the balance line. Step 2. Now, on this one, I need to do a step before I start solving. I need to apply the distributive property because I can tell that this is 3 times this thing, all of this stuff that's inside the parentheses. So, in other words, that's 3 times x and 3 times 2. 3 times x is 3x plus 3 times 2 is 6 equals 24. Now I can start solving as usual, but first by making 0, subtract 6 on both sides. Now I have 3x equals 18. And last step is to divide by 3. Divide by 3 on both sides. So x equals 6. Let me double check. There's no negatives that I've missed there. Don't think so, but let's make absolutely sure. 3 times x plus 2 equals 24. So I believe that x is 6. Let's try it out. 3 times, here's a different color for my variable so it really stands out. 3 times 6 plus 2 should equal 24. First I've got to follow PEMDAS, so I'm going to make sure that I follow the correct order of operations. I do what's in parentheses first. 3 times 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 times 8 is indeed 24. 24 equals 24. Yes, it is indeed correct. And that's the end of that one.